What is up, you guys, and welcome back to American Truck Simulator, where we are trying to start our own business. I just had a Pop-Tart, chocolate Pop-Tart. Oops, it's stuck in my teeth. But we're gonna do another quick job. Try to get our money up a little bit more. I'm trying not to take out no loan to start our company. So oh, my headset wasn't dead. So let me make sure this is working correctly. Alright, how do I do this? Audio, voice. Okay, so it shows that it's working. Let me headset, microphone. Use right here. So hopefully you guys can hear me. And hopefully this loads up. There we go. But I was saying, I don't want to take out a loan to start a company. Let's let everything load in. Okay. I want to work our way up to having the money, the cash. Oh, it's another 3 trailers. Oh boy. Oh, this is great. Just great. I don't like hauling 3. Ugh, excuse me. We just did 3 last time. Okay. But yeah, we are trying to build our company up from scratch, and it's not going too bad. Minus, oop, I'm speeding a little bit. Minus hauling 3 trailers at once is not something I am too key on doing, especially when it's running a little laggy on me. There we go, smoothed out. I really got to upgrade this PC version of gaming, because I am using an older laptop that isn't all that good. Eventually, I would like to have an actual PC tower that can handle gaming. Okay, speed limit jumps up to 55 here. Might want to turn on my lights. Jumps down to 50. Coming up on a stop sign. Don't run it. I almost ran it. Traffic coming in through there. So after that car, I think we're good to go. Okay, come on. Speed limit is 60. I have a new email. We will check that later on. Right now, we're just focused on getting this delivery made. I'm about to knock stuff off of my... Uh-oh, I'm about to run into the railing here. My setup for this is not that great. I'm actually doing this inside my bedroom because I can use my TV to see the whole, like see it better, bigger screen. Oh boy. As I'm trying to adjust stuff at the same time as doing this. But yeah, this gives me a bigger screen inside the bedroom because I got the TV in here to use. Everybody's got a TV in their room. and I can use the nightstand to hold the laptop and the my drink and mouse. But I have to move stuff. I have to move the nightstand every time, and then move it back when I am done. But I mean, it's not too bad for now. I think I am gonna eventually take this down into the basement where I was starting to build a little bit of a studio, but it gets damp down there, so I really don't like it. I don't like leaving my stuff there. Bye, cop. Um, whew, he scared me. But I don't like having to keep moving the stuff around to be able to do this. So I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. I'm thinking I am gonna end up moving it all down there anyways, with the laptop, and I'll have to take the controller with me because I am using a PS5 controller because I have a PS5 and I have multiple controllers, which I do like the PS5. I play City Skylines on the PS5. I can't get it to run smooth on my laptop because, like I said, it's not really a gaming laptop. I bought this laptop because I was doing online schooling for business for a little while years ago, and it served its purpose for that as I had to deal with lag while going around a corner. But I mean, it's not built for this kind of stuff. So the right once I get my money right, then like I'm not gonna say right, but once I get everything situated, I am gonna be looking into. You can bypass. Okay, I will be looking into getting an actual PC that can handle what I want it to do and what I'm gonna use it for. But I had some house upgrades to do first. Like we got a bigger fridge, stove. The kids got a bigger bed. They got a bunk bed, and that was like 2,000, 2,200 or something like that. And the one destroyed it already, which is the one that lives with me because of his behavior problems he was having for years with his mom. But now I have him, and he's after 2 years, he's starting to turn it around. I think. I hope. He's showing really good light of it. So who knows? I'm praying that it's him waking up and seeing that he can't behave the way he does because there are consequences. Rather, if I have to put the fear of God in him or whatever it may be, I there was no limits to uh raising him. I've got him some outlets. He played. I was coaching football before he moved in. I was coaching little leagues and football. I started off with third graders. Yeah, third and fourth graders. And he went to a couple of the games with me. He was our water boy because he didn't live close enough for me to really put him in because they live his mom lives hour and a half away. So I couldn't really get him on the team because there was no way he was going to make practices. Now, if we lived closer, like 20 minutes away, that would have been different. But now that he moved in with me 2 years ago, he did play football for 2 years. Or has it been 3 years since he moved in? It's been almost three. Because he would go to the games when he didn't live here and be the water boy when I had them on the weekends. And then his first year, he moved in. I put him in football. I was coaching still, so I was coaching him. And the reason I was coaching beforehand is because one of my best friends, we was both big in football in high school, and we was both good at our positions. And I was a corner, and the division we played in, I was a shutdown corner. For a little guy, I was something else. Like my buddy, he would tell you I was stupid. I didn't care how big somebody was, I was going at him full speed. If I had the angle, I was going at you full speed, didn't care. And so he was coaching his stepson, and he wanted me to come help coach the DBs, and that's how it started. So I went on, joined up with him, and started coaching third and fourth graders, DBs. So I did it 2 years in a row. The second year was with my son, and then last year I made him play another year of football because he was making progress, and he had a late start in football. So I made him do it again, just showing you can do this. And sure enough, after getting some of the basics down and having some practice and you know trying to play catch up, he stepped it up. He was tackling. He almost had an interception. He was guarding wide receivers. Uh, his thing is though he's got quick feet, like really quick feet, probably quicker than mine at his age. Then again, maybe not. I was always outside. I was always active. But so now and then his first year after football season was over, I put him in wrestling. I gave him the choice, wrestling or basketball. Gave him an outlet, to try to let anger out. He went ahead and did wrestling because all of his football buddies were doing wrestling. Well, most of them. And then after that, we he did soccer, which he fell in love with. And honestly, he was pretty much almost tackling kids in soccer, making more contact in soccer than he did in football. I was just like, what the heck is going on here? So come back around to football now, and like I said, I made him do a second year in that, and then he skipped wrestling and went into indoor soccer, which is that's fine because I mean he loves soccer. So I was like, okay, or was it outdoor soccer? It was outdoor soccer the first year after wrestling. Did what? My headlights are on, aren't they? They are now. But I made him do 2 years of football. After the second year, he went into first. After the first year of football, he went into wrestling, then outdoor soccer, and then football again, and then indoor soccer this year. And it's been non-stop games every weekend, which I'm not going to complain about because I enjoy watching him play his heart out. I mean, the boy is covered in sweat. He sweats more in soccer indoors where it's a little chilly sometimes. He sweats more in that than he does in football pads. Well, no, I take that back because his second year in football, he was on it. He was trying like really hard. You could tell he was trying to get the game down and learn his position, and he was trying to be a team player. He stepped up, so I'm very proud of him, for that. And then in soccer, first year wasn't he didn't have the greatest coach. Not saying I'm a great coach at football or nothing, but their coach is just I don't know. I didn't really care for them. They're nice people. There's a nice married couple, but to me, they just wasn't that great of coaches. There's a lot to being a coach, and I've learned that over the years between coaching football and uh, being an outfield coach for for softball for my uncle who has been a coach for as long as I can remember. It seems like anymore. Who coached me in soccer actually 1 year. I played 1 year in soccer when I was younger, but I was always a football head. But so by coaching with him and watching him over the years, um, and visiting with him and talking with him and seeing the work that he puts in, and then doing it myself in a different sport. It's there's a lot to it, especially head coaches. Like I was just a DB coach, and there was for football, and there was a lot of responsibility I had still. There was a lot of time and effort off the field, off the practice fields that went into it. Strategizing for games, trying to figure out, speed up a little bit, trying to find ways to get my DBs going, trying to find ways to help the offensive line because our offensive line wasn't blocking too well. Um, helping with the running backs because I was a running back elementary through junior high and some some in elementary and junior high, and then I switched to permanent DB when I got to high school football because I went to a different school and they already had a running back, and politics came into play. And the second string running back, which would be the first string running back the following year, was the coach's grandson. So, yeah, I was not too happy. But there's a lot of work that goes into coaching, regardless of where at as a coach, but a head coach has a lot more. So, but I wouldn't change it for the world. And now I'm trying to learn the game of soccer all over again because his his team don't have no practices. Indoor soccer, but they don't have no practices. So how are they supposed to get any better? Which they have got better, through school, playing at school at recesses and whatnot, and by the games, playing the games. But other than that, they don't have no practice. So, which is, to rent the indoor place can be pretty pricey. So I get it, but you know, it's getting nice out again. So these kids need to be out there practicing. You need to get the team together and teach them. And then in between uh periods, you need to be talking to these kids instead of letting kids just run wild in the back pretty much, like doing whatever, talking with each other, or staying on the field and kicking the ball. Like that's not coaching. You need to strategize with these kids. You have to tell them, hey, this is what you need to do. Or hey, this happened. When this happens, do this. There's a lot more to it than just being there. Like like I have respect for their coach, but I don't respect him as a coach. As a person, he's a good guy. I understand, he's new to it, kind of, but he doesn't put in the work. We're looking for skilled drivers with their own. Okay, we can't do nothing right now with that because we don't have our own truck. So now we're going to jump back in the job market. We're going to go back into Quick Job, which we are up to $16,441. Um, I know I'm all over the place. We'll take this job. It's paying $40.29 per mile for a grand total of 8,236. So let's go ahead and take that job. But yeah, it's like I kind of want to. I want to. I don't kind of. I am trying to learn the game of soccer. Like I know there's wings, there's center, there's midfielders, there's goalie, defenders. But indoor soccer, you got the wall, and they play a little bit different than outdoor soccer. So if I can learn exactly what would need to be done, I would probably coach, to be honest, because I enjoy coaching. I love coaching kids. They can be irritating. Another three again. Um, it can be frustrating, very frustrating, trying to coach kids, but patience is key. And um, then when you got them kids that don't like to listen, that like to break rules and just I don't how do you explain this? That like to try to do whatever they want, and they're a bad example. You know, you got to use them as a bad example sometimes, like, or you got to set them straight. You got to get on them. You got to stay on top of them because some of them are doing it for attention. Some of them ain't. Like if I could coach soccer, I would coach soccer. You know, because my son already said he wants me to coach soccer, and I even asked him why. I'm the mean coach because I was a mean coach when it came to football. You know, I was tough, especially on him. I would grab him by his face mask and yell in his face. And, you know, if he messed up, I told him, like, hey, what happened? You know what you did wrong? And if he didn't know, I told him exactly what he did wrong. And I would pull him out the games when he wasn't doing his job. Like, if you're not going to do your job, you're coming out. And I told that to every kid on the team when I coached football. I'm not I'm there to help them win and grow and be better. If you're not going to take the game serious, you're not going to grow and you're not going to be better, so you're not going to play. If you just want to stand around and not do nothing and not put in no work, I'm not going to waste my time and energy. You know, I don't get paid. I didn't get paid to coach. I paid to coach. So I'm not there to waste my time. I'm not there to dance around and have, well, I mean, sometimes we did dance around. I told the kid, I told the kids if we beat this team, I would do the gritty. Sure enough, we beat that team. So I had to try to do the gritty, and it was not pretty. It was horrible, but I tried. You know, I'm not a dancing person, but you know, when you build a relationship with these kids too, so I mean, and it means so much to them, and um, so I ended up coaching 3 years in third and fourth grade. And we would scrimmage the fifth graders every now and then. Fifth and sixth grade. Well, actually, just fifth grade because there were so many kids that they did a fifth and sixth grade team, and they both went undefeated pretty much, or lost one game or something like that. One of them went undefeated. The Pee Wee League, they went undefeated. Our team did not do so good. The offense could not move the ball. Defense, we did good. Defensively, we did all right. Could have done better, but we did pretty good, I think. The offense the first year was horrible. Horrible. We the coach, the offensive coordinator slash head coach was trying to run trick plays instead of teaching basics first and second to the basics. And then so that got us killed. And then second year we went 3-3 and our defense was on top of things. I mean, almost every player did their job. We the most slow down a little bit. Slow down a little bit. I think the most we one game that we played this really good team, Alliance, And I mean, they are good. Coaching staff is phenomenal. The kids are athletic as can be. I mean, they had everything they needed to be on top. So we got beat up by them quite a bit. And then actually Alliance had so many kids, they had two teams as well. Where was I going with this? Oh yeah. So when we would scrimmage our fifth graders, there was kids that I coached for 2 years. Some of them 1 year because they only played 1 year before. They would ask me if I'm coming back next year to help coach them. And I have like there's this kid, I call him Teddy Bear. He was a fourth grader when I coached. No, third grader. No, he's going into sixth. So first year he was a third grader. Second year he was a fourth grader. This year he's a fifth grader. I called him Teddy Bear because of his defensive play. He was a quarterback on offense, and then um, defense he was a linebacker. He had the right build for it. He just hit soft, so I called him Teddy Bear. Try to get him going. And I was hard on every kid every year. Like I wasn't too hard, but I was hard on them. Like I would joke with them and talk crap and uh, but I was there to teach them and to guide them and to push them into what's the word? Um, uh, Criticize and point out what they did good as well. You don't just criticize and not point out any positives. You got to do both. So that's what I did. That's something I learned over the years from watching my uncle and other coaches. My uncle wasn't much to criticize kids, but I feel like boys need that. Girls maybe not so much. He feels like I don't know because I don't think I've ever seen him criticize anybody except for my cousin. Me on the other hand, I criticized everybody, right? Every kid. I told them, you know. I just I just feel like that's how I was coached. So why wouldn't I coach the same way? And I had a great football coach, elementary up to junior high, Terry Benedict. I still call him coach till this day. We still have a relationship. And it's been 20 years. And he came to a couple of our football games to see me coach and to see my kid play. And one of the games his grandson was playing in. So, I mean, he was definitely there because he's a big football head, obviously. And we talked, and I just love that man to death. Like, not only was he just my coach, but I'm friends. Well, I grew up with his two sons, which there's a quite a bit of an age difference. But his oldest, Josh, he was a quarterback. He's probably 6 years older than me, give or take. And then no, I'm gonna say about 4 years older than me. Great guy. And then his boy, who was closer to my age, a little bit younger than me, Nathan, he was a running back. He was the running back after me. Like he was the one taking my place when I moved up. Because then he moved up, and then that's when uh, Coach Coach Benedict decided he was gonna stay down so he could coach his son. But he was always coach to me, always. And I went on to play for a different coach, and I don't remember them. I was the running back for him, but I don't remember them coaches. Coach Benedict had such an impact on my life through football and outside of football because he was involved outside of football as well. Not only because I was friends with his son or sons, but because that's how he was as a coach and as a person, as a human, as a believer in God. And that's just who he is. And I know a bunch, not a bunch, but I know other guys who have played for him that still call him coach. I'm not the only one. That man has a lot of respect from a lot of different people. Heck, even my dad respects him. Like, my dad loved him as my coach. We went undefeated with him as coach. And who was our quarterback? I don't remember who our quarterback was, but he would play me as running back nonstop. I mean, he pushed me to my limits. He got on me. I mean, he wasn't harsh, but he got on me. Like, he would get in my face and, tell me, hey, when he's coming straight at you, use your feet, lower your shoulder. Don't be scared to set the tone. You can't run away from every tackle. And sure enough, a couple years or several practices and a game or two, and I would try to run through everybody. I would try to dance around, well, not necessarily dance, but I would try to juke you. It didn't matter. I was more of a power running back style, though. Even though I was little and I was fast and elusive, I would try to be more like a Peyton Hillis. Even though Peyton Hillis wasn't even uh, famous yet, he was still in high school himself, probably, or a little bit younger. Because I think I don't know. I think I'm older than Peyton Hillis. I don't know. But I used to watch Emmitt Smith all the time and Barry Sanders, and I just wanted to be great like them. But I didn't like all that I didn't like the dancing that they did. Plus, I wasn't supposed to do that. Coach told me, don't you dance around. You get through that hole and you go. And that's what I did. I would try to hit the hole and go. And then cut it to the outside. Hit that hole, cut it to the outside if you can, and you're gone. He would tell me, nobody can catch you once you're in open field. Just go. Run through them and keep going. Don't stop running. Protect the ball. So that's what I try to do. So I model some of my coaching off of him as well. Because he was a tough coach on us to an extent. Now, he was also soft on us too, though, in ways. Like, he wasn't extremely hard on us, but he would tell us what we did wrong. He wasn't afraid to tell us. He's like that uncle pretty much. So I mean, it's nice having a coach like that. Coaches ain't like that no more. They're easy on kids for the most part. Most coaches, I should say, majority of the coaches for younger ages, too easy on these kids. And you just can't do that. Not everybody wins. That's just the way it is. Everybody gets a trophy. That's just wrong in my book. These kids ain't gonna want to earn nothing when they're older. Fix my camera view. Like, everybody's just gonna expect everything to be handed to them, and that's what I'm afraid is gonna happen to this world. Or, yeah, this generation. Everybody coming up to generation. Coming up. Like, I told my son straight up, he didn't deserve that first trophy he got for football. I told him, you didn't earn that. You don't really deserve it. You didn't do nothing. Because he didn't. You know, yeah, he would work hard here and there during practices, but that was about it. It wasn't consistent. Like, he got Duke of the Day, which is what our team name was Dukes, Little Dukes, and no, he went all out one practice and got Duke of the Day, so he got to wear the big old chain, or was it a belt? No, it was a chain, gold chain necklace. Oh, that's a cop too. No, it's not. But he was excited for it, and that day I felt like a kid outdid him though. So I told the other coaches, like, if you guys want to give it to him, that's fine. But I feel like so and so outperformed him today, and I think it was more of a try to motivate him type thing for them. But motivation is to have to work to get it, not oh, hey, you got it once, now try to get it again. No, that's not the way he works. Because then he went down after that, like fell off a little bit. But then the next year he wanted it. He wanted to be. I'm talking too much and not driving enough. He wanted to. He wanted to be a team captain, and I told him, like, you gotta earn it. But at the same time, I didn't feel like another kid earned it that was a team captain. I felt like it was more because he was the head coach's son, and which is why I really don't care about rejoining that team and coaching. And if I was to go back and coach football, I'd probably help my buddy out instead. My friend instead. Oh, it's right there. Thought I clicked the wrong thing because, yeah, wasn't really paying attention. But yeah, if I was to coach again, I would not join that head coach. Now, there was 2 other coaches in there that I felt were good coaches for football, and I would help them if it wasn't for the head coach. Like, I wouldn't mind going back another year if my son decided he wanted to do another year in football with them, which he kind of can't do because he don't go to that school no more. So he's pretty much screwed on that big stretch. So I don't know what's gonna happen. If he's gonna stick to soccer only, or if he's gonna end up trying to do football. But we earned $8,236 from that, 341 XP. We now have $24,677. So we are going to go from there and actually, let's take a quick look at truck dealers if we can. Discount used trucks. So where is used trucks at though? Okay, right now all we got is this unlocked. So let's visit online. Yes. Well, not visit online, but you know what I mean. We're going to take a quick look at this and see if there's anything there. Well, to get an idea of what the first truck's going to cost, we could start off with something like that. 120,000. Or we could do something like that. I like that a little bit more. That's 130, 123, 160. I don't unlock that till level 13. See, I would like my first truck to have a sleeper in it, but I don't know. That's beautiful. That's a beautiful blue. I love that blue. 190,000. See, what I could do actually is I could go ahead and start with this truck. I could end up buying this truck and then buy this truck next and then hire a driver to drive the other one for us and then just keep going up every time. Um, let's go look in the garage details real quick. Garage manager. Oh, we first got to buy our first truck before we can do that. Okay, so I think that's what we're going to do. I think we're going to get that little, we'll start off with that little one once we get the money. And then we'll drive for ourselves using that for a little bit. And then um, we'll buy a bigger truck and then a bigger truck and we'll be hiring people maybe. Until then, I don't know. Once we get there, we'll figure it out. I mean, that is the plan. I have a plan. I don't always stick to my plan, so imagine that. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, push that thumbs up button, and you follow me on Twitch. I try to follow everybody back, which really ain't that hard because I don't have that many coming in that quick. But yeah, if you follow me on Twitch, you can get updates on what's coming out, what's uploading, what I'm working on, if I'm gonna be live streaming, all that. So until next time, you guys, may God bless you and have a good day.